Welcome to Shark Week on Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review 47 Meters Down. How do you survive the world's greatest predators?
Directed by Johannes Roberts, starring Claire Holt and Mandy Moore, 47 Meters Down is about two sisters who are in Mexico on vacation and they decided to go on an excursion to see some sharks. Unfortunately, it's a shady looking vessel at best, and the cable snaps while they're descending into the deep and they fall exactly 47 meters down and have to survive with sharks and a limited air supply. So what do we like? Every year we try and fit in at least one serious shark movie. 47 Meters Down is it.
It's true, this is a very serious film and I love how it created its tension. Lisa and Kate are stuck 47 meters below the surface and they pretty much are trapped in the cage. And what I like about it is it wasn't heavily focused on the sharks always attacking the cage. It left it to the imagination of when the sharks are going to attack.
What also helped with the tension is the fact that there are meters that the girls have that let you know how much oxygen they have in their tanks. And it really allows the audience to really freak out because they're like, oh my gosh, she's running out of air. They need to figure something out right now. And along with that, the music, it's like just deep bass and it just quickens and quickens and quickens. And you're just sitting there like, my heart's racing. It's matching the beats in the music. And I'm getting claustrophobic sitting here in an empty theater, unfortunately.
When I came into it, I thought it was just gonna be two girls trapped in a cage and that's all it was. Kind of like how The Shallows was. It was one person on a rock trying to survive. In this one, they had obstacles they had to get through. They need to get to a certain height so they could communicate with the people who were on the boat above the water. It was just nice that they had to give these situations for the characters to go to. Then it made you feel that sense of urgency from them going to point A to point B and whether a shark is gonna attack them or not.
Seeing the size difference between the girls and these sharks terrified me. And knowing that they're just looking off into the blackness. You don't know there's a shark there until it's right there and it's way too late. It's terrifying.
The sharks themselves looked realistic. There was times where we weren't sure if it was a practical shark or a CG one. I think they did a great job compositing them. And the way that our characters interacted with the sharks, it seemed as though they were actually there.
After seeing The Shallows, it really pushed the limits of like what I think visual effects can actually do. And I think CG, when done right, is phenomenal. Something a little strange I think I'd like to commend is the ADR work. These girls are underwater the whole movie. I assume that all of the audio is in post and it seemed convincing. There's all these different emotions that are happening even through their muffled dialogue. And I thought they did a great job, whether it was in mask or in studio. Also, I think I'm a little biased because I absolutely love Mandy Moore. A Walk to Remember will always be in my heart. It was my first girlfriend's favorite movie and we'd watch it like every day. Now let's move on to our dislikes. There's a big glaring issue in this movie that we noticed immediately and you kind of need to just like see it, forget it, and move on. And that is the fact that these girls are talking to each other underwater. Their ears are clearly visible outside of a mask. Maybe when they're underwater, if they're this close, maybe they can hear something through the water. But then like the girls do get separated at points and it's just, oh no, this is not possible.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a huge, huge oversight.
I'm gonna let this one thing slide, which breaks all realms of reality because it's a movie. I think an issue some people are gonna have with this film, it is a very, very slow burn. When something does happen and they do build that tension, they don't always finish it with a jump scare or a shark attacking. There are moments where they achieve their goals and it feels like the big tension didn't pay off like you thought it would.
And that's not always a bad thing, and I don't think in this case it was a bad thing, but I can see like a lot of theater audiences just hating this. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. 47 Meters Down is an excellent shark movie. If you're fans of movies like The Reef, The Shallows, even Bait, then you're going to like this movie. The acting was really well done. The pacing and the tension was incredible through the score, the different shot types that they used to engage the audience, and using depth and the darkness of the bottom of the ocean to scare the audience. It's going to captivate you and you're going to be engaged and you're going to be scared a bit. Any of my dislikes are pretty nitpicky and I definitely would recommend this movie. So I'm gonna give this 4.5 rickety ass shark cages that there's not a chance in hell I would ever step in out of 5.
This film definitely accomplished what it set out to do. It was a serious shark movie where we had 2 characters trapped 47 meters down. I thought they did a great job building the tension. We had 2 really strong characters who did an amazing job acting, and it made the situations feel believable. I liked that they spread themselves out a bit and they went from point A to point B, sometimes to point C, and then back to the cage. It was a good way to pace what is seemingly a one-location film. It's well shot and tells a great story. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this film 4.5 Butterfingers out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, it may still be in theaters near you, so go to the theaters. If not, it will be on Blu-ray in September. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond.